So let's talk a little bit about watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is different from other paper in a few ways. First of all, it has something in it called sizing, which is basically either a gelatin, which is animal sourced, or a plant starch, depending on the brand. And what that sizing does is it allows the paper to absorb moisture more evenly. It allows the pigment in the paint to kind of sit on top of the surface of the paper so that it can reflect light more brightly and instead of soaking in and giving it a dull appearance. And it also lets you work the paint after it's dried. You can lift it off. You can kind of work with it a little bit longer. So I'm going to do a little demonstration of what that might look like on two different types of paper now. I'll put it over here. I've got Arches 100% cotton paper. This is cold press, and Strathmore 400, which is also cold press. And I'm using professional paint on both of these. So for this demonstration, we're just going to paint a simple leaf shape, and I'll be adding in some color as I go. We'll start on Arche. And now on Strathmore. Already I can see there's a little more patchiness here, and it's getting kind of a bead of paint that wants to sit there on the surface and run around instead of just evenly soaking right into the paper. Then I'll add a little bit of green. To one side. And that's on Arche. So let's take a look at these a little bit more close up. You can already see that on the Arche paper, it's blending into the previous layer of paint really quickly and nicely. You've got these capillaries of paint that are fingering their way across the paper as the paper fibers pull that pigment through, and you're going to get a really nice natural looking blend. Over here on the wood pulp paper, and they're both, the same thickness, they're both 140 pound, they're both cold press, but this paint is just sort of sitting there. If I want it to move, I'm going to have to kind of push it with my brush, and that's only going to add marks and make it look funny, and I'm just going to end up tinkering a lot and it will look overworked. I'll go back to the Arche, and it's already just doing the work for me. So when you use poor quality paper, your results are so much poorer, and you will think, what am I doing wrong? Is it me? Nope, it's just the paper. And when you invest in good quality paper, you will immediately see much better results. With the same paint and the same techniques, the same concentration of pigment, everything else the same, the paper is doing so much of the work for you.